What's up, everyone? How are we? I hope you've had a wonderful Sunday. Welcome to the Late Night Agenda. I'm your host, Craig, and this is the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel. I'm going to try and have a bit of a relaxed stream tonight, guys. Going to try and keep it all nice and calm. How are we all doing tonight? Interesting game earlier on between United and Spurs. I've no doubt a lot of you watched it as I did. It's clear to see there's a lot of progress there from United front actually, and fair play to them. I don't want to give them much credit, but you know what, they went there and they did a job. But look, this is a Liverpool show. Let's talk about Liverpool Football Club. We are 7 points ahead of Manchester City as things stand. Manchester City, of course, have to play Wolves tomorrow. That gap could be cut down to 4 points, but interestingly enough, there's now a 9 point gap between the Reds and Spurs and a 10 point gap between us and Chelsea. Spurs have found themselves dragged back into a top 4 race. Manchester United will be eyeing them up now, 7 points behind them, 6 points behind Chelsea. The race for the top 4 is heating up, but thankfully we're only interested in one race, guys, and one race alone, and that is the race to the top of the Premier League where we currently stand. Guys, how are we? Lots of people in. Jason's in, Kev's in, Ben, Tristan, Matt. How are we? Scotty, loads of people. October's in, Cahill's in. Lenny, our Everton friend, plays. I'm sure you're happy today, mate. I'm sure you're absolutely happy. If only Richarlison could have fucking scored, that would have done me a few favours. But look, well done to you, lads. I don't like giving Everton credit, but you know what? A win is a win is a win. Tom Connolly's in. How are you? Wolves need to beat City, said Long Skill. Do you see it happening? Realistically? I don't. I have to say, but you know what? That's okay. I mean, it's not out of the ordinary to expect Manchester City to win at home against Wolves. And if anything else happens, then you know what? Fuck it. It's a bonus. Spurs not getting near us, said Ella, which I agree with. I don't think that's going to happen. I've said all along, I didn't see them as genuine title contenders. I mean, people come on and call us bottlers a lot of the time, but they are the perennial bottlers. Every time Spurs look like they're getting a sniff of a title race, they just fall away. The year Leicester City won it, Spurs really missed a big opportunity, I think, that year. But look, again, fuck them. It's about Liverpool. Will is in as well. How are you, Will? October said, "I just got hard to shoot my first wedding. I'm so happy and excited." I'm gathering that that's either in a photographic sense or a video or videographer sense, October, because I'm sure you don't mean it as in shoot your first wedding, because that'll be a pretty shitty fucking wedding. What is it though? Photography or videography? Let me know. Say we're top of the league. Say we are top of the league, said Stephen Richards. You are very welcome, Lenny. I mean, I've always tried to be fair on here, pal. I try and give credit to everybody when it's due, whether that be United, Everton. Obviously, when we play anybody, I want us to absolutely throttle them. But I'm a football fan first and foremost, and I enjoy the game. And there's no doubt that there's been progression in that United side, sadly. Far Isle is in. How are you, sir? Alpha G is in the house as well. Zach Jones is in. How are you, my friend? Guys, yeah, as I said, I'm going to try and have a relaxed stream tonight. I'm going to try and keep things nice and calm. I've been reading up on lots of your input, and I do like to take feedback on any of our streams and stuff as well. And I've tried to take it all on board, and we're trying to just move around and make ourselves what you guys want us to be, because this is your channel. Dirty Girl, how are you? Have you been okay? We haven't seen you in a while. Where have we got? Did I miss something? 7 points clear. Yes, we're 7 points clear, my friend. 7 points clear until Wolves play against Manchester City tomorrow. Then that could be 4 points, it could be 6 points, it could be 7 points. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. Any word on what's up with Kane? Media desperate to poach Poch as well. Full court press from all of them. What do you mean, what's up with Kane? Apart from him being dog shit today, you mean? He looked exhausted to me, by the way, out in that field today. He just looked absolutely wiped. But other than that, mate, I haven't really been paying attention to the media, so I could have completely missed out on something here. Do you think Spurs will be challengers next year with a new stadium? No, I think that the sad part for them about their new stadium is that it's going to be a financial headache for them. To pay it off, it's the right thing for the long-term future of the club without a shadow of a doubt, and Daniel Levy did the right thing by his club doing that, but I think it's going to cause him a bit of a headache with regards to the money that's available for Pochettino or any other managers to strengthen. What else have we got? Love your vids, man. Keep up the good work, said Angus Court. Very kind of you, buddy. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody's input and thoughts and kind words. It's been a difficult week for me, if I'm being honest. It's been one of those weeks where I've been walking the line about, is this the right thing for me to be doing with my life? He left the pitch injured. Oh, at the very end. Sorry, I mustn't have missed that. I was too busy screaming at the television. And I'm not even joking. I wish I was joking about that, but the amount of fucking chances Spurs missed today. Haven't seen any. And if you're wondering why I was screaming, I had both teams to score in a bet. It's not because I particularly wanted Spurs to do well. Tristan said 100% the penalty. So why were the Brighton fans booing Salah? Bitterness, mate, I suppose is the honest answer. And look, we will get on to talk about the dark arts, and I wasn't really just talking about Salah and the penalty incident there. It goes a lot deeper than that, and I'll get on to that in a couple of seconds. I just want to make sure I get through some more of your comments. United were lucky. Spurs were the better team by far, and another day Spurs would have given them a hiding with the chances they had. The man De Gea was the difference. He was sensational again, wasn't he, Farron, for TV? Especially with his feet. I mean, yeah, some great saves from him. Well, look, some good saves. It's tough to say great saves because they're saves he probably should have made, but he made them all, and he made them all well. So another good performance from him. No disrespect, but Spurs are irrelevant to the title race. City are concerned, said Odog. That's exactly what I've been saying all along. I've never really seen Spurs as a genuine contender. As good a team as they are a very good side. I just think they're a little bit short, like we were a few seasons ago, to really make a big push. Did you hear the commentator on Match of the Day call us champions by mistake? I didn't, but reading the Echo today, I've seen a lot of City fans' heads falling off about that one. They were showing some screenshots of tweets and stuff from City fans who were just going absolutely nuts about that. It was like when Craig Bellamy was doing where he gave out the Burton Albion in the semi-final thing before the draw was made. People feel like there's a conspiracy here. If you're a Manchester City fan, look, if we're a Liverpool fan, we're laughing at it and saying, yeah, it was just a slip of his tongue. Looked like either a groin or a hamstring. Interesting for Harry Kane. He was shy today, to be fair. And I'm not just having a go at Kane, because look back at any of the streams, I've done nothing but compliment him as a footballer. Today he looked exhausted. He just didn't look himself. I don't know what's up there. Maybe it's taking its toll on him. De Gea best keeper in the world, said Active Dan. I've said that for a long time, pal. Putting rivalries aside, I've been a big admirer of his. As a goalkeeper and ex-keeper myself, I see just how good he is, and yeah, I've no disagreeing with that. As much as I love our keeper, and I hope he can get to that level, I think it's fair to say that over the past 3 years, De Gea, in my opinion, is probably the best keeper in the world, and that's just being honest. Doesn't mean we don't have a pretty fine keeper though. He's our bearded Adonis is brilliant, but let's be honest. No point in just sticking my head up my ass and lying. Yes, Anthony. Let's have a little chat about him. Actually, spot on. The kid from Celtic, James Forrest. I'd seen a couple of links. I'd let them go for a few days because I thought it was far too far fetched. But yeah, it's been coming and apparently Liverpool have been tracking him for a number of months. He's 27 years of age, which is strange if you're looking at Liverpool buying him. But he scored 17 goals this year for Celtic, and he has his contract is still, what is it? I want to just check my notes here. I think his contract till 2022, but apparently for some reason he's available for around 8 million, and Jurgen Klopp has apparently been tracking him for a number of months. Thoughts on this? Do we have any Celtic fans in that might have seen more of James Forrest than I have? I've seen fleeting little glimpses of him, highlights of goals and stuff like that, but it's a very strange one. 27 years of age, but for only 8 million. Why would Celtic sell a player for 8 million that is contracted till 2022? That doesn't really add up to me. Please don't stop the vids, love them, said Sam Carey. Oh mate, I'm at a crossroads, to be honest, Sam. I don't know what the best direction is for my life in general, buddy. But sure, we'll keep ploughing on while we think it through. Ankle injury, said Brian Morrissey. Thank you. So yeah, back to James Forrest. I don't know too much about the kid. I mean, when I seen Liverpool linked the Celtic player, I immediately thought it was the young left back. Is it Tierney? Is that his name? But did not expect to see James Forrest's name pop up. Will said, had an awfully quiet transfer window, hoping for a big rumour to pop up and give us something to get excited about. Is James Forrest that rumour, Will? Everton want Ryan Fraser, according to the Rag, said Lenny. Do us a favour, pal. I know that you're an Everton fan, but you're still a Liverpudlian, I think. Just cross out the U when you're writing that piece of shit's name. Sissoko will be a big miss too. He's been playing well the last few weeks. I knew as soon as he went back onto the field that he wasn't. That was just one of those stupid things where he just wanted to hear the fucking applause of the crowd or something. It was obvious he wasn't going to see out the game. Tom said, "Hey Craig, at Anfield _vibes at 32 followers. Hopefully I can gain more. Any help would be appreciated." Maybe Kev can give you a bit of a shout out there from the Anfield Agenda Instagram account. Kev is online at the minute, I can see. So if anybody's on and they're a Liverpool fan, they're on Instagram. Tom's account there, it's at Anfield _vibes. Give him a follow on there and share and share. Sam, how are you, mate? Great to have you in. Have I missed some comments? I hope I haven't. Who do you think will win the Golden Boot? It's a tough one. It really is. Salah or Aubameyang. I'd say it's a coin toss if I'm being honest. I think it will come down to Salah or Aubameyang. I know Harry Kane usually finishes the season quite strongly, but if there's a look of an injury here, then you never know how long he could be out for. So that might give Aubameyang and Salah a little bit of time. I want to say Salah, because I'd love him to win it for 2 seasons in a row, just to shut people up, because I'm sick of this one season wonder nonsense. I love that he's taking penalties now as well, by the way. I love that. That'll grab him a couple of extra goals a season now to top up his tally. Do you think Manchester United will get 4th? Here's my thoughts on it, Paul. Honestly, they've had a fantastic run now. What is it, 5 or 6 games in a row they've won, something like that. And they went to Spurs today and won, and that's a test of their character right there, and they passed it today. But at the same time, there's still another 6 points for them to pull back. Look, they've given themselves a fighting chance. I think that's a fair way of saying it. If you're a bookie, you're saying the odds are against them right now. Anything is possible. Chelsea can definitely have a wobble. Spurs, if they drop another couple of points, 1 loss and a draw, then United are right back in it. So I think the next 5 games might be very, very big for United. If they can get through those games and even win 4 of them and draw 1 or something, then you've got to say that they're in the fight. Which is something I didn't expect to be saying, if I'm being honest. It's been a good turnaround from Solskjaer. You'd have to see if it's down to just that bounce of having somebody in or whatever it might be. But look, if I'm a United fan now, I'm happier than I was a few weeks ago, that's for sure. Thankfully though, I'm not a United fan, and nor will I ever be, and nor will I ever have to look at that miserable club week in, week out. But there you go. I try to give credit where it's due, as much as it kills me to do it. Chris Sutton pissed himself, laughed and said, "No way, he'll go for 8 million." Exactly. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, Anthony, does it? Why on earth would they sell for someone who scored 17 for them for 8 million quid? Makes no sense whatsoever. He's quite quick, Craig. Could be a backup to Mo, said Scotty99. Ian Kilgore said, "Hi Craig, buzzing. I'll have such a party at mine. Any Man United fans welcome, bring a bottle." There you go. Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. Whatever club you're a fan of, it's always great when your club's doing well. Opposition banter and all aside, obviously we hate Everton, obviously we hate United, we don't want them to succeed, but at the same time, you got to give credit where it's due, otherwise you're just a bitter fucker. Maybe Wolves will return the favour, said PG. I'm not holding my breath. I'm going to watch the game, of course, and I'll be an interested observer like the rest of you, but yeah, I would be amazed if they come out there with anything, if I'm being honest. I don't want to pin my hopes on it anyway. Ant said, "Hi Craig, hope you had a good day. Kane might have twisted his ankle. We just need to keep doing our job between us and City now." What shampoo do you use? It's called soap and water, pal, because I'm old school. It's me, Harry. I text you on Instagram. Who's your favourite player? I'm not on Harry, mate. I don't run the Instagram account. Kev runs that, so my favourite player is Bobby Firmino, though. Thank you for asking, Harry. And of course, feel free to let me know who yours is, pal. Why would I lose shampoo, mate? Obviously, look at this noggin. Does it look like a noggin that uses shampoo? I'm a chav. I'm a proper chav. If it's not soap and water, then it's Lynx Africa shower gel, along with Lynx Africa deodorant, like a fucking champion. Craig, did you hear disgraceful comments by Keys and Gray? Oh, look, Parmy, Bindra, don't even get me started on those 2 clowns. Richard Keys and Mr. Gray are just dinosaurs that have no business being in the game anymore, have nothing to do with the game. They're just parodies of themselves, just ignore anything that they have to say because they talk absolute shite to try and keep themselves relevant and in the headlines. And there's a reason that they're not in England or anymore, and they're over where they are because they're the only people that are silly enough to employ them. I've said it time and time again. Come hit this bald Irishman up. I will come over there and happily take Richard Key's place and host that show properly. Being sport. If you're watching, I'm here. Just hit me up. I'll be a lot cheaper as well. Man U, the money and players that they have should finish fourth. Not that I want them to. It's a dirty girl. Okay, what else we got? Where was that the wee shampoo? That still makes me smile. How many goals do you think Salah will score? Estimate. Are we talking league goals here, Kirby, or are we talking all competitions, buddy? Hi Craig, sorry not been on lately. My brother died on Friday. Jesus, Carrie, that's terrible. I wanted to come in because I'm trying to watch it tonight. I don't know what to say, Carrie. That is obviously terrible. I'm lost for words. Obviously, our condolences to you and your family. There's nothing that I can really say that's going to make this better. I don't know if it was a sudden illness or an accident or what it might have been, but from all of us on here, our condolences to you and your family, and you're certainly going to be in our thoughts and best wishes. I don't know what else to say, Carrie. I'm sorry. Hopefully we can maybe make you switch off for an hour or two, or I'm lost, Carrie. I'm sorry. I wish I could say something more helpful here. Active Dan said we'll finish above Arsenal because they've crap players. Don't forget Tottenham. We're tired from the Chelsea game. Exactly, and this is the point, ASM Power, that I think some people are forgetting about with Manchester City. Yes, they've got a strong squad, but they also have a load of games coming up, whether it be, well, look, they can rest players for the semi-final, the other semi-final of their League Cup. They've got the FA Cup, they've got the Champions League, they've got league games coming up, and they may have a League Cup final. Well, they will have a League Cup final. More games for them, whereas we get a week in between games now. Klopp gets to rest the players. He gets to train them. He gets to work with them more. Everything points in our favour. If I'm being honest, it does. We've got no excuses from here on out. Can we get relegated, Craig? Are you... I don't even know. I'm not in the mood to even put up with any stupid comments tonight, to be fair. Top goal scorers in the Premier League: Mohamed Salah 14, Harry Kane 14, Aubameyang 14. There you go. It shows you just how close it is. One injury to any of those players could be the difference between them winning the Golden Boot or not. So, as I said, really, really tight. And 3 excellent footballers, to be fair. What's this? I like you as a friend. Ooh, roasted. Strange man. Hey, MBF Gaming. Strange man. Who do you think will win the league? Is that an honest question? That's us, obviously. Coming on a Liverpool channel, asking a Liverpool fan who's top of the league who I think will win the league. LCFC boy, how are you, sir? So bored of Club Puel at Leicester. Football is so dire. Somebody was asking about that yesterday, mate. Do you think that he will see out the season at Leicester, or is he losing the dressing room at this point? Love to know your thoughts on that one. United are still shy at the back. PSG would have been licking their lips watching that today. The scouts was looking down on the lot anyway, said Tommy. Both teams I thought today looked suspect defensively, if I'm being blatantly honest, but at the same time that was much more a type of United performance that you would have remembered from over the years. I thought Paul Pogba was very, very good for Manchester United today. Kills me to say that, but I did. I thought he was excellent. Forrest is a good out and out old fashioned winger in a 4-4-2. As for putting pressure on our front three, even playing in the front three, I'm not so sure, said Andy Kay. Craig, mate, you can't say one thing one week, then another thing the next week. That's messing with my head. I've no idea what you're talking about, Stephen. Absolutely no idea what you're talking about there, pal. ESPN FC pundits are worse than Keys and Andy Gray, said Mohammed Ibrahim. Thankfully, don't get to watch those two. Is Craig Burley part of that? Or am I completely wrong there? Because I remember when I was over in America on holidays, watching a couple of games on American television over there, and yeah, they weren't great, to be fair. Right, some more comments. Let's go. Let's get through as many as I can tonight. Yours is Bobby, your favourite player, same as myself. How could you not love Firmino? And Anto said, Craig had a mad dream. I was over in the UK. I met some mad thing. I went to some mad festival, and he shot up everyone, and I was hiding away. Fuck, that's a fucked up dream, mate. I'm not even gonna try and get into that one and figure it out. Thankfully, it was only a dream. What have we got? Albania Kosovo said, I think we should sign Icardi from Inter. I would not say no to that, mate. I'm a big fan of Icardi's. He's been linked to Real Madrid a few seasons back, but things have kind of gone quiet around him with regards to transfer links. Maybe it's because Inter have some money behind him now, but yeah, look, he's a great player, and I think he'd suit our system as well. Andy Gray, the fat male, supports Everton, can't stand the fella, and Keys is a smug wanker. Said Owen Farrelly, a smug, hairy-knuckled, sleeping with his girlfriend or his daughter's friend's wanker while his wife is ill. We might as well get it all out there if we're talking about Mr. Keys. Just quite how despicable a man he is. Liam Granby said, hello mate, hello Craig, mate, how's tricks? Did you see what Hazard came out and saying? Yeah, somebody mentioned it to me the other night, Liam, that he liked playing at Anfield, likes the atmosphere. I mean, look, it's always good to hear somebody compliment our club, our ground. Yeah, and I'd imagine it is a place where a lot of people would love to play and appreciate the atmosphere there. There's a reason it's one of the best in the world. Premier League. What was the question again? I did ask you to tell me something. Now I can't remember what the fucking question was, Kirby. Oh, how many would I think Mo Salah would score? Wasn't it? 22. I think you get 22. That's a guess in the Premier League, Kirby. 22. Maybe you'll go a little bit more. But you, Kirby, what about you, mate? What do you think he'll score? Hello, everybody. What's up? Said Stephen Taggart. How are you, mate? And how is dry January going for you? I hope it's going well. Salah 33 goals this season in total, said Anthony Peters. Do you think Liverpool will break the goals conceded record? 15 goals. No, I don't. What if we conceded 10? So you're talking conceding 5 in the rest of the season? No, I don't think we will, to be fair. I think if we can keep it under 20, we've done excellently. Do you think Liverpool can hold on to Salah? Of course. So, what do you think is the way to hold on to him? I would say winning the Premier League. I suppose the thing about Mo Salah is he's going to ask, if he's going to move anywhere, what would his motivation be? As you said, if Liverpool are winning the Premier League and challenging in Europe and consistently challenging in Europe, then why would he move anywhere else? I don't understand why he would. If it's a financial thing, I think Liverpool will be in a position to match most clubs, but at the same time, whatever your club decides, I'll agree with. But I don't see him going anywhere in the near future, Elton, excuse me, if I'm being honest, pal. What did Keys and Gray say? They were talking about Mo Salah and diving, particularly for the penalty incident at Brighton, which is just absolute bollocks yet again. Right, let's have a little chatsy poo about the stream title tonight, Liverpool Mastering the Dark Arts of the Game. This kind of stems from something I read in The Echo, which got me thinking about, have Liverpool learned this season? Are they mastering the dark arts of the game? And when I talk about the dark arts of the game, I'm not just talking about the likes of Salah going down in the box there for a penalty. I'm talking about things like taking the sting out of a game, perhaps by staying on the ground a little bit longer, taking longer over a throw in, the keeper taking longer to take a goal kick or to distribute the ball, Salah taking a while when he scored, standing, going back to get back into position to let Brighton kick off. Just small little things, taking the sting out of play by passing the ball around, drawing players onto them. Just stuff that we weren't doing, even if it's getting in the referee's ear. Small little things, buying cheap fouls, getting players booked early in games, all this type of stuff is stuff that I think we haven't been doing over the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I think we've been too naive at times and too soft. And this year, with the defensive capabilities of Virgil van Dijk and the improved, I suppose, leadership qualities of the players in the squad, I think we're starting to master those dark arts. Now, when we talk about dark arts, it's something that you love when it's your team, and it's something that drives us absolutely insane when we're up against it. If you're chasing the game and the keeper's taking the time with the goal kicks, we're all screaming at the television, to a man, to a woman, to a child. We're all doing it, whether it's our team or not. So look, we've got to be fair about this. It is one of those touchy subjects that if it's your team, you're all for it. If it's happening against you, you're screaming blue murder. So yeah, we've got to be fair about that when we are talking about it. But at the same time, the incident with Salah, as an example, was a blatant penalty. There's no two ways about that. If he exaggerated it, okay. Was there enough to bring him down? Yes. Was he obstructed from scoring? Yes. It's simple as that. I don't care what Keys and what Andy Gray have to say, as I said earlier on, because they're two absolute muppets, and their opinion shouldn't be relevant in this day and age. Their opinion should have stopped mattering when they got booted out of Sky for what they did a long time ago. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. But I'd love to know how you guys feel about the dark arts of the game, and I love saying that phrase, the dark arts. Actually, it's a really cool thing to say. But I used to say that I wanted a bastard in the Liverpool midfield. Somebody that just knew how to tactical foul. Like Lucas Leiva, I thought was excellent at learning when to tactically foul. He picked up yellows all the time for it though. Small little things like that. I think Fabinho's clever at it. Van Dijk's clever at it. Henderson is starting to get in the referee's ear more and more and more, as is James Milner on the field. Trent and Robertson are slowing down their throw-ins at times now to try and buy a few seconds, and all of these add up. All the small things that we know about, like players walking over the far side of the field when it comes time for a substitution. All these things are what teams that win titles around the world do. I mean, we want to see our team playing beautiful, attacking, expansive football. Of course we do, but at the same time, it takes more than that sometimes, and you need to learn these dark arts, quote. Have you seen Alisson tweet back about some goalkeeper doing his tricks? It's so nice. No, haven't been on Twitter for... I posted one thing on Twitter today to wind people up. I said, aren't Spurs the biggest bottlers in the history of the Premier League era? I haven't even looked at it since I posted it. Other than that, I haven't been on there for 5 days, and I may just jack it in altogether. Imagine if we win the league, Salah wins the Golden Boot and Alice wins the Golden Glove. Rival fans will be fuming. Do you know what, mate? There's a lot of things to say imagine there, but every single one of them is completely plausible. And it'll be beautiful. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I think we can almost say Alisson's going to do it at this point for that one anyway. Right, some more of your comments. Where are we? Hazard wasn't complimenting us. He was bigging his goals himself up. So basically he was trying to take the piss at Anthony Peters. Fuck him. I don't like that lad anyway, as I said. Mr. Wellwide, I think DT is a nonce, said Andros Townsend. There you go. I'm trying not to talk about him anymore. I'm trying to take on board your feedback, by the way. And somebody wasn't happy with the attention that we gave Arsenal Fan TV the other day. So I'm trying to be fair, and I'm trying to listen to what people have to say and take it on board. Craig, if we win, by how many points do you think it will take us to win it? Or how many points? Jesus. 95, I think I said the other day, James, if memory serves me correct. I think somewhere around that will be a minimum anyway. Again though, it's an interesting question, so I'd love to hear what everybody else's thoughts are. Who do you think Liverpool should sign in the summer? Wow. Obviously Werner's on the tip of all our tongues at this moment in time. A full back, a centre back, and I'd like to see us move on one of Matip and Lovren. Who that centre back is, God, that's a tough question. Being realistic, it depends. If Newcastle go down, then I think we should go in for Lascelles. I haven't seen enough of Tarkowski to really make an honest judgment on him, but what I have seen hasn't impressed me too much. Outside of that, we're not going to go for Koulibaly or anybody like that. De Ligt is obviously a dream that we all would have. Who else is it? There's that guy, isn't there a guy, Jimenez or something, Atletico? There's a few, there's plenty of options out there, but basically an attacking mid or a wide forward, a full back and a centre back. They're the 3 positions I think we need. It depends, the rest will depend on who we move out, particularly in the midfield area. If we move out Adam Lallana, maybe even Henderson, I doubt it, but you never know, stranger things have happened. Did you see United? I did, Heather, I did. Impressive stuff. I said it earlier on. They look back to the old Manchester United. Look, they rode their luck at times today, but look, that happens. I mean, we've done it. All teams do it at some point, but they got the win. They went there to get 3 points and they got it. So Credit where it's due. Manx have mastered the dark arts for like 3 decades, said David Gray. I keep losing my place in the damn chat. Where are we? There we go. Game management, Brian. There you go. That's the politically correct term for it. Game management. Icardi stole his best mate's wife. Couldn't have him at the club, said Owen Farley. Well, there is that as well, to be fair. I hope we win the title at Chelsea, which is the 34th match, said Albania Kosovo. It would be a little bit of poetic justice, mate, wouldn't it? It'd be nice for that to happen. Evening Craig, come on Wolves, said Gary. Cahill said, last time lost consecutive league matches. City 1 month ago, Spurs 4 months ago, United 5 months ago, Arsenal 5 months ago, Chelsea 10 months ago, Liverpool 40 months ago, and never under Kloppo. Gabriel, how are you, my friend? Great to have you in. What's your opinion on Tarkowski? Actually, funnily enough, I didn't even read that, but I gave it a second ago. He's alright from what I've seen, Sam, and I'd be honest and say I haven't seen enough of Tarkowski to give an honest assessment on him, but what I have seen, he hasn't impressed me too much. 2-horse race now, says Des ABC. Yeah, I mean, how many times are you going to ask, Heather, have I seen United? I've read 3 times so far, I've read your comment. PSG are the Grand Masters of the Dark Arts, said Tom Jones. They're also just a bunch of cunts, mate, to be fair. One thing that I've thought about, as I said, this has been a strange week for me, guys. I've been thinking a lot about my future, the channel's future, my future in general in life, not just on here. And one thing that I realise I've done too much of lately is apologise for being me. Especially when it comes to language. I mean, basically, how I really feel inside, if I'm being honest, I try and be politically correct at times on here, and be respectful of people, but at the same time, they can kiss my ass, if I'm being honest. Like, they really can just kiss my fucking ass. I'm me on here, and I use language to describe things. I don't really ever, well, sometimes, but in the whole, I don't use it to aim at people, to belittle them. So I'm fed up of fucking apologising for it. So if they're out there and you don't like the language, just fuck off, for want of a better term. Like, seriously, just go somewhere else. We don't ever claim to be professionals on here. We don't ever claim to be experts. We're just fans. We've made that really clear from the start. We don't claim to have infinite knowledge of the game or anything like that. We're just fans, and if swearing isn't for you, I get it. But don't come moaning at me over it, because it's our fucking channel at the end of the day. To be fair, as a neutral fan, I thought it was a penalty, said Leicester City FC Boya. So did I. I mean, I can understand some of the decisions we've got this year that people can question. I have to be honest, I can. But that one against Brighton was a stonewall penalty. I think people are getting a little bit confused with me saying the dark arts, thinking I'm just talking about Mo, probably because we've used that image to illustrate it, and that's my fault. That's the one I asked Connor to put in. 2-horse race, and tomorrow Wolves are going to win, said Albania and Kosovo. I love it. I love the confidence there, mate. I hope it comes true. Henderson's always been a little hot-headed, but now he's getting a little more hot-headed, said October. We need to be getting in the referee's ears more. A nice little early booking for a full-back or a centre-back or a defensive midfielder can really help you exploit a situation in a game. I love Henderson's leadership, but he's not the best player ever, said O-Dog. I think that's a fair comment. There's things about Henderson's game that drive me mad as well, and there's a lot of things about Henderson's game that I think he does very well. What do you mean with a dark arts title, said Niall. I don't know, I'm trying to read through the comments. I don't know if you put this in before I explained it, but basically game management, as somebody said earlier on. Just doing things to waste time, to get yourself through a game, to manage a tricky situation where you might be on the back foot or a team starting to come at you. Particularly after you score, you're always so vulnerable in the 5 or 10 minutes after you score a goal. So all that type of stuff. It's raining, Claire. Rainy season where you are, is it? Well, take care. Don't take any chances or go out there, and you walk up mountains for fuck's sake, so make sure you're safe. Matip was putting in some good performances before he got injured, said Cart 6, which he was. Absolutely he was, but that's the thing with him, isn't it? He's capable of those performances, but he's always going to pick up that damn knock after 5 or 6 games and be ruled out for a few. What do you think of Cresswell of West Ham as backup for left back? I think the ship might have sailed for him. We were linked to him a couple of seasons ago as well. Again, though, I don't watch much of West Ham, so I only get to see him when we play against them. Luke, how are you, sir? I hope for a new song to the tune of Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend to celebrate our new buddy Kevin Friend to boil some fans' piss. Yeah, I never want to give referees any credit, really. I fucking hate them. I really don't like them, particularly the ones in the Premier League. They're all terrible. I'm confident that even if you get an average player on the cheap, he'll become great in the current squad, said David Gray. Burnley want 50 million for Tarkowski, more than what we paid for Salah and Robbo. To be fair though, I think Sean Dyche came out and said they don't want to sell him full stop, really. And why would they? Why would they sell him when they're in a relegation battle? Well, to be fair, they look like they might have stepped out of that relegation battle. I think they're up to 15th or something at the minute, maybe a little bit higher. How far do you think Liverpool get in the Champions League, said Long Scale 333? I can't really answer that, pal. We have a very tough set of games coming up against Bayern Munich. I think we're probably slightly favourites in those two games. After that, it's the luck of the draw. We can beat anybody on our day, but you know what? There's some damn good teams left in that tournament as well. So all the way is the answer, but you know you can't be confident because you don't know what the next round is going to bring. Pep has Man City using the dark arts when they lose the ball, small fouls here or there. Absolutely. You turn over possession, you look like you're about to be exposed, you pull somebody down, you stop it, you take a yellow card to stop you being out of position and to stop them exploiting that space. That's, you know, it's shitty when you see it happening to your team, particularly if you're chasing a game, but at the same time, it's, you know, it's game management. Wayne McCubbin, how are you, sir? Thank you for coming in. What else have we got? I'm trying to scroll down through as many of these as I can. If we're playing transfer fantasy, I want Werner, Heung-Min Son, which we're not going to get, to be fair, Brian, but I love Son as well. Kai Havertz, Pjanic and Ndombele. Hey Craig, I've school tomorrow so can't stay on for long. Don't you worry, Evan, and don't miss out on any sleep, pal. Sleep is vital, specifically before school. You can't concentrate without enough sleep, buddy, so don't stay on too long if you're tired. Salah is not a diver, says Ibrahim. Not a diver, but he's certainly learning when to go down. I think that's a fair thing to say. But yeah, look, he has stayed up as well. I mean, just look at the incident at Bournemouth where he could have gone down, where he had his Achilles raked, but he stood up and went on and scored. So, I mean, those things have to be remembered as well. And there's some more incidents as well. When we played Napoli, he went around the keeper, he could have went down, but he didn't. But, you know, people never remember those things. Only us, as Liverpool fans, remember those things. After the game, most rational Brighton fans I talked and listened to couldn't argue against the penalty decision. Ironically, it's the opposition fans who made more noise about Salah diving. It's because we're winning. It's as simple as that. It's because we're winning and people are salty about it. We should take it as a compliment, really. Gabriel said we're going to win the Champions League. Love it, pal. Love it. We're not going to win the league, says Reg T25. I'd hate to be that miserable, pal. I really would hate to be in your head right now. It's much nicer over here on the positive side, buddy. I think Wolves could nick a draw tomorrow, said O-Dog. Connor's very confident as well about Wolves taking something tomorrow. I wish I was as confident. I'd take Danny Rose as a backup left back, said Alex Gomez. Yeah, the only thing is, look, we're never going to get a player from Spurs. We're never going to get a player from Chelsea. We're never going to get a player from United. We're never going to get a player from Manchester City. We're never going to get a player from Everton. So realistically, we have to start ruling those out in our heads, because when's the last time any of those really happened? Sturridge is probably the only one I can really think of. And now we're we're top of the league, so United top 8 more like, said Niall Craig. Dark arts, if so, Pep's definitely Snake, and Klopp is Dumbledore. Snape, you said Snape, sorry, I thought you mispronounced it, said Snake, but I didn't realise there was a Harry Potter reference in there, Carrie, so sorry if I ruined that one. Henderson and Gini are not suited to Liverpool's style of play. They really are, mate. I mean, specifically Gini. That's a very naive comment there about Gini. Gini Wijnaldum has been exceptional this season for Liverpool. To say he isn't suited to our style of play, I would disagree with Henderson, look, at times he's driven me mad as well. Sometimes he does some excellent stuff, but I would say Gini's a very versatile player. And every time we bring in somebody who looks like he's going to take his position, he steps up his game. Nabil said, I've got a very good feeling about Wolves. I understand that guy's psychology being so negative that is just the way of the world now. Yeah, see, that's one of the reasons I was thinking a lot lately, Gary, about the channel and social media and me and if this is the right thing for me and all that stuff, because sometimes the negativity starts to seep in, and I'm a really positive person most of the time, and I fucking hate negativity. I just don't understand the psychology of being in that mindset. So yeah, so that's one of the reasons where I am where I am at the minute. Kev, mate, always a pleasure, and I'll chat to you really soon. And once again, buddy, thank you so much for the amazing work you're doing on the Anfield Agenda Instagram account, buddy. We might not say it enough to you, but we really do appreciate it. And love to the family as well, Kev. Could you do a watch along for the Wolves City game? No, mate. Family would kick my ass if I did it. I'm pushing it with them as it is sometimes. Anyone seen that? Well, we talked about Richard slagging off Benitez in Newcastle. Look, we all know about Richard Keys. He's just a mouthpiece that wants to try and stay relevant and stay in the headlines. He just says things to be sensational. He's a sensationalist, an absolute idiot, and nobody should pay any attention to anything he has to say. It only feels like yesterday we beat West Ham 4-0, said Ben. Yeah, it's a long time ago, but yeah, you're right. The memory is still fresh. Got away with one there as well, pal. One of those goals was offside. October, enjoy Netflix. Do you know what I started watching actually, guys? Sorry for the little tangent going off from Liverpool for a second. I started watching that Leah Remini program about the Scientology, the Scientology, the aftermath. It's on, I think it's Crime and Investigation, if you're on Sky in the UK. Really, really interesting show. If anyone's looking for a show to watch, there's 3 series of it, about 40 minutes an episode, and somewhere between 8 and 15 in each season. Definitely recommend it. The squad is really in a good place. Most players haven't ever come close to their full potential. It's exciting, guys. We're on the rise, and it's all from hard work and desire. Wayno, mate, it's beautiful. It's from, and the manager's outlook as well, and the manager's philosophy and the manager's vision. Everything. It's a holistic approach to the club that's put us in this position. Is it holistic? Holistic? I probably mispronounced the word, but I think you know what I was trying to say. Are you thinking about packing in the channel, Craig? I suppose the short answer is yes, but it's not just the channel owned. Like, the channel wouldn't be the reason, if you get me. It's social media as a whole, and at 37 years of age, and I'm someone that does do things by halves. If I'm in something all night, I'm in 100%, and I'm in balls deep, or I just walk away from it, and I just don't know anymore. I just don't know where I am. I love doing this. I love being on here chatting with you guys, but if I'm going to be on here on social media, then I'm going to go at it 110%, and I don't feel I've been doing that lately. I feel a little bit of it's been not half-assed by me, but I could do better, and I've been beating myself up about that. So yeah, I don't know, mate, is the honest answer. I either do it and do it properly, or don't do it at all. That's pretty much where I am. Hairy hands can fuck off, said Connor. What do you think is the most disrespectful, or who do you think is the most disrespectful player in the league? That's a strange question. I don't know if I've ever thought of a player as being disrespectful. Honestly, I can't think, mate. It's a strange one. I don't know what you mean by disrespectful as well. Are you talking about to the fans, to the opposition players? I don't know. Honestly, it's a tough one. I think Wijnaldum isn't playing to his fullest potential because we play him far too deep, but the Netherlands play him as an 8. That's the thing. He can play 8, 6 or 10. He played more of a 10 for Newcastle. He's probably best as an 8, as you said, but we've utilised him in all 3 of those positions at times. What time are you getting off, Craig? About 11:45, I think, Gabriel. Do you think the goal difference will be relevant? Yes, a little bit. I was at the point about 6 or 7 weeks ago where I didn't think the goal difference was something we could close down. So I told everyone to basically don't think about it and maybe look at it as an extra point that we're behind or another point we have to gain. But we've turned that around spectacularly over the past 6, 7 weeks. So I still don't know if it'll be relevant, but it's certainly something that, again, as the season goes on, we need to be mindful of. Yeah, but we're in a good place now. We're all right. We're a lot better than we were. Yeah, so I think it's a good show and something that we do again have to be mindful of. But over 200 watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already doing so, and drop a like on the stream. And please do, guys. Look, if you are watching and you haven't, hit that subscribe button. It'd be great if you could do so. Ole at the wheel, said SB Skills. Look, credit where it's due. A big 3 points today for United. Craig and everybody. Joanne, how are you? Great to have you in. I always like seeing your little icon, Joanne. I don't know, you just look like a happy, chirpy person in your little picture, so it always gives me a little internal smile when you pop on to say hello. Same with Claire for some reason. Same with Kev. Kev's image makes me always think he's happy, and Gary's as well. It's weird how little images can do these things. Like and subscribe, said Gary Riches. There you go. So not only does he have a nice happy looking little picture, he's telling you to hit the subscribe button as well, because he's a legend. Old werewolf features does not deserve my time. Love it, Will. Love it, mate. Werewolf features. Oh, hairy hands. Just imagine Robertson, Keita, Fabinho in another 2-3 seasons. That's the beauty, Wayne, of the squad that we have now. It's one of the younger squads in the league as well. Yes, we've got some experience in there. Obviously, James Milner, you don't get much more experience than Jimmy Milner. Van Dijk is getting towards his peak as well. Henderson almost at his peak years. But then, as you said, you look through, our goalkeeper is very young for a keeper. Joe Gomez is very, very young for a centre-back. Robertson's young enough. Trent Alexander-Arnold, very young. Fabinho, young. Naby Keita, really young. It's a damn fine squad. Oh, excuse me. It's a damn fine squad. Okay, where are we? David Gray said, you're doing fine, Craig, mate. Thank you very much. All Burnley players, their managers are the most disrespectful ones. I got cool. Yeah, they're a bit of shithouse at times, Burnley, to be fair. They're tough though. I'll have to respect them for that. They might go a little bit beyond the times, but I have a soft spot for players who give their all in games. What time is it up there, by the way? I don't know if you're talking to me or not, or do you mean up on top of the league? I've never believed in Facebook and Instagram, said Dirty Girl. Keeping up with the Joneses, looking at people's lives doesn't interest me. Took it off my phone. Yeah, look, Facebook, I haven't done Facebook for 4 or 5 years, something like that. You're too hard on yourself, Craig. Don't let the trolls get the better of you. Oh no, it's absolutely nothing to do with the trolls. Sorry, mate, I can promise you that. Trolls don't get to me, ever. Ever, ever, ever. I wouldn't let them get inside my head. I'm talking about myself here and not other people. Other people's opinions never shape anything I do. For you guys, I try to adjust things to make the channel more pleasant for you. But the haters can go fuck themselves. They never get into my head. Joanne said, Louis Theroux did a program on Scientology. Recommend a watch. I've seen that, Joanne. It is very good. And there was also that really good HBO one called, or maybe it was on HBO, Going Clear, I think it was called, which was very good as well. Thoughts on Aronovic's move to China, said Cameron. A complete fucking cop-out from him, mate. It's only about the Benjamins, nothing else. Nobody goes to China to improve their football, mate. He's going there for a payday. And if he said that and was honest about that, I'd probably have more respect for the guy. But yeah, look, it's his career. I mean, he's free to do as he wants. Do you think we can beat City's 100 points this season? I'd be very surprised if we did, Tristan, but I don't know. I'd be very surprised if we did, though. Guys, don't forget to drop a like on the stream if you can. We've this brilliant record of always passing 100 likes on stream, so if you can take a second and hit that like button, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. And of course, don't forget to hit the fucking subscribe button, the important button, the big red roundy fucking hit that button. If in doubt, break glass button. The one that's the most sweet button to any YouTuber in the world. If you're watching, guys, please do hit that button. The channel's on the road towards 10,000 subs within a year, which is just fucking amazing. Thank you so much. Don't quit your YouTube. You're so insightful. You're good and friendly. Always like how you go out of your way to come on here and talk to us. It's a pleasure. It's always been a pleasure, Carrie. I honestly can't explain what's going on in my head at the minute with this, but yeah, just I don't know. You're just gonna have to bear with me for the time being. Milner is old but plays like a 26-year-old. He's a machine, said Niall. He's so damn fucking... I think he's a good example to any youngster who's starting out in their career. He lived a clean life. He stayed away from alcohol. He's always looked after himself. He's never come back out of shape in pre-season. And because of that, he's still going and playing the way he is now at this age. I hope you decide to go 100% on the channel. You're doing a brilliant job and the community is growing, but hopefully in the end you'll do what's best for you. You know what? That's what I'm going to have to do at the end of the day, Brian. It's yeah. Sometimes I do forget about little old me in all of this. I'm taking emails and I'm discussing problems that people are having, or stuff around autism and all. And I'm happy to do that, but sometimes it just leave no time for me, and I'm going to bed with headaches and I'm just exhausted, and it's tough. It's really fucking tough. And sometimes I just feel like a fish out of water on here. 37. Should you be on YouTube, Craig? I keep saying that to myself. I just have these doubts about being on here. Yeah. But it's never anything to do with trolls, so don't ever think that, guys. They can kiss my ass. I think you should know that much about me by now. In that pic, it looks like the ball stuck up Mo's ass. He's trying to squeeze it out. Possibly. Was Richard Key's daughter's friend blind imaging letting that hairy bell end anywhere near her? Yeah, it's makes me shudder. What do you think about Solanke's transfer? I was a little bit shocked when it happened, to be honest, Anna. It's not something that I thought alone was going to be what happened to him. We'd seen him linked to Crystal Palace and stuff, but it's probably the right move for the guy, and we have a clause in there, I think either first refusal or a buyback clause, so let's just wait and see what happens with him. He seems like a good young lad that wants to play and improve himself, and I've always got respect for somebody that wants to do that with their career. Aronovich just gets his brother to talk shy from coward. Exactly. True. I mean, have the balls to just stand up and say it. Craig, you should stay on YouTube for at least 8 more years. There you go. Tom, talk to you soon, buddy. Craig, is it just me or do you get hungry when you stay up late? I'm working on it though. I've got really, really, really strange eating patterns, Tony. I eat at about 6:30 in the evening for the first time, and then I eat at about whatever we finish this stream. So 1 maybe, but I've got really weird sleeping patterns, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. But make sure you drink lots of water. That's one thing I'd always recommend. You can never drink too much water, mate. It's just good for your system. Flood your system with water. It can help with the hunger. It can help with your skin. It can help with headaches. Absolutely everything. Don't underestimate 2 litres of water a day and what it can do. We're going to win the league, and Manchester City are shit. I mean, seriously, those guys never won the Champions League and they don't have the chance to win it. No messing about there from Babu Kar. He's coming straight out, swinging. Bananas are good for sleep, said Joanne Fisher. There you go. Is it the potassium in them, Joanne? I don't know. Craig Aids, doesn't matter if you like to do it, said Tony Kelly. 48 points left to play for. I think we'll get between 38 and 40. More than enough to win it, to James Doherty. Please don't say hairy bellend, Brian. Big, dirty, hairy bellend. He's only a hairy bellend. Hairy bellend. Hairy bellend. Hairy bellend. Hairy bellend. Hairy bellend. Hairy. Sorry, I couldn't help myself, Brian. Craig, there's billions of people in the world. You're not the oldest doing it. No, I fucking certainly amn't the oldest doing it. I've seen some absolute cream cakes on here, shall we say. You should eat cornflakes at night, Craig. Cornflakes are for nonsense, Connor. There you go. I've said it. No, who eats cornflakes? Honestly, I'm baffled. Why? When there's such a thing as crunchy nut cornflakes, why would you eat normal cornflakes? I mean, come on. Does Emery look like Robbie Fowler? I don't think so. I don't see it personally. Why are you saying Hairy Bellend? Oh, somebody asked me not to say it, so, red rag, bull, and all that stuff. Stay hydrated, kids, said Brian. Stay in school as well. I think you can get more of a diver than Harry Kane, said Derek Cow. Strange eating pattern, yeah. Me too. Mrs. is always moaning at me for eating at 10 p.m. or midnight, etc. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm not even hungry a lot of the time, mate. I just feel like, oh shit, I haven't eaten anything today, so I better eat something. And then it's usually crap, which is why I'm, this beautiful physique that's in front of you. Top 3 players in the world: Messi, Salah, and Ronaldo, says Adil. Yeah, I'd probably agree with those 3. Although I think Ronaldo was going to fall off a cliff pretty soon. Maybe he'll be in prison. I don't know. Stay hydrated, but sip the water at room temperature. I know it's not nice, but better to do it. I'm still laughing at your comment, Jersey boy. Why do you keep saying Harry Bellend? Love you too, Brian, mate. Love you too. Calcool said banana is not good for sleep. Granted, it has potassium, but it gives you instant energy, which is why you see tennis stars eating them during a break. Correct, because of the sugar. The natural sugars in the banana does give you that energy hit. Whereas, if you want something slow releasing, then, you need to be eating protein, yada, yada, yada. Andy Robbo said most diving accusations are just desperation. Exactly. Because they're worried about us. Because we're absolutely boss. Which player coming to Anfield this transfer window? Nobody, I think, John, mate. I don't think anybody's going to come in this window. I'd love to be wrong, though. I really would. I do love a transfer. I'm eating cornflakes right now. Well, mate, you know what that means, don't you? You and Jimmy Savile have something in common. Cornflakes, bit of sugar. Nah, fucking crunchy nut cornflakes. Get on them. That's crunchy nut clusters as well. They're delish. Although Lidl have some really nice cheap ass versions with like little chocolate swirls in them as well. I drink about 4 litres of water during the day. So you can't drink 25 or 50, 20 litres of water. Do you mean 4 or 5 litres of water a day? Good at what you do. You don't just talk about Liverpool. You talk about everything, which helps your channel a lot. I've thought about that a bit more as well, about maybe broadening out a little bit. In Ireland we have the worst eating patterns. Oh, Owen, you're right. Bread and potatoes, pal. Bread and fucking potatoes. That is the Irish staple. And that's one of the killers for me. I'd often go without dinner and have a sandwich. Oh, you're right, we've shocking. I don't know if it stems from, if you come from working class families and that, if it stems from bread being a filler. So if you're having a fry or you're having sausage, egg and chips or whatever it is, bread is there to fill it out, to just make sure everybody has enough to eat. I don't know if that's it, but yeah, it's in our DNA, isn't it? Well, maybe I'm wrong about this, maybe I'm looking at this completely wrong, but everybody I know anyway is pretty much bread and potato mad. Milner's Terminator, Allison's Chuck Norris, Mane is Sonic, Hendo's Captain, VBD's the Brick Wall, Robbo's Braveheart, Salah's the Egyptian King, Firmino's the Magician, and Genie is a genius. I loved reading out that sentence, Carrie. Thank you. You brought a smile to my face. Thank you very much. Even though I mightn't have shown the smile, inside I'm dancing. But I did really enjoy reading it. It flowed. It was a good sentence. I eat when I'm hungry, not because society's normal meal time, said John Hamilton. I drank 4 litres of water 2 days ago and then 6 litres yesterday, but when I burped, water came out of my mouth. So I think 6 litres is too much. It's about balancing it out. I mean, if you start drinking a lot of water, you're going to be going to the loo quite a lot for a few days, maybe even a week or so to you even it out a little bit. But as somebody said earlier on, it's about sipping it and drinking it consistently over the course of a day and not just guzzling down a load of water. Chocolate cornflakes. Never heard of those, Lee. Never seen them before in my life. Try some porridge. I do like porridge, Will, I have to say. I like a drop of porridge with a bit of honey in it. Craig loves a big banana. He doesn't have one though, Jason. That's the problem. Hey Craig, sorry I'm late. No bother, Subi, mate. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Bubakar said we've got a Salah, Mane, Bobby Firmino. We sold Coutinho. It doesn't matter though, because we've got Salah. Do 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 do. I'm not gonna fucking sing that song. There's one Irish fella sang that enough, and that's the end of it. Okay, some more questions. Yeah, Neuer James is still shouting on about Liverpool, isn't he? He's not we're not half in his head before this game. Thoughts on Mane? I love him and he drives me mad at the same time, Dom. Sometimes you see him do stuff that's incredible, and other times you see him fuck up stuff that is very simple. I think it's something we just have to accept about Sadio, but I love him nonetheless. I mean, yeah, I'd rather much rather have him in the team than not have him. Crunchy nuts are crap since they changed the recipe, said Tom. I live in Australia and I always give the United fans a hard time. I call them scumbags, said John. There you go. I mean, each to their own. I always looked at some of the United fans I knew as being real kind of entitled, up their own ass, kind of arrogant is more kind of the way I'd go about how I describe some of them over the years, mate. But each to their own. Meat and potatoes, said Samuel. Prediction for tomorrow: 3-1 City, 3-0 City, something like that. Hang on a minute here, Connor. Smarties cereal. Are you just making shit up now? Oh, it's just Smarties in a bowl. There you go. Brian said, I fucking love Andy Robertson. If this was the 80s, him and VVD would be pinning position players up against the walls for talking shit about another lad in their team. Kirby said, my favourite player is Zlatan. Who's yours? Well, it ain't fucking Zlatan. That much I can tell you. I despise that lad. Bobby Firmino. Pretty straightforward. Love the guy. Did Savile eat cornflakes? Said the cable guy. I will revert you back to my nonce comment from earlier on, mate. Irish eating patterns: chicken fillet roll, chipper, and a Sunday dinner. There you go. Yeah, chicken fillet roll is just mwah, it's delish. Gotta love a chicken fillet roll, absolutely. Or a sausage roll, or the portion of 3 sausage rolls from the garage, Tristan. Yeah, definitely chicken fillet roll, chipper, and a Sunday dinner. Boom, nailed it. Do you think Icardi would be a realistic signing? Haven't seen him linked to us before. Probably not realistic, Tony. As much as I'd love him, I think it would take a shit ton of money to get him out of Inter. I'd say you're talking north of 80 million, but I think he would also suit our system. So it's one of those. I think we're just gonna have to say, yeah, he would work, but we probably won't see him. Jersey boy, how many times have you said Harry Bellend today? Not enough, mate. You can never say Harry Bellend enough during the day. I mean, the more times you get to annoy Brian by saying Harry Bellends, then you feel like a Harry Bellend if you're not making Brian feel like a Harry Bellend. So, or if you're discussing Richard Keys, you will of course call him a Harry Bellend. But either way, the more you can say Harry Bellend, the more Harry Bellend makes you smile. There you go. Unless of course you don't have a Harry Bellend, then it'd be pointless saying Harry Bellend. What else we got? How to be healthy if alcohol gets me drunk. To be sure. That's one thing, thankfully I don't. If I drank like cans, the fucking calorific intake for me would be just ridiculous. I'd be like the Michelin man. Sunday dinner for a midnight snack. That's probably a little bit heavy, even for me. I think Gomez should be back at the end of this month, and James Painter. I think you are probably right, sir. John, thank you for dropping in, mate. Have a good time in Klopp we trust. Absolutely, pal. Always a pleasure to have new people dropping in, mate, or somebody dropping in once in a while, so thank you for your comments. Guys, we've got about 20 minutes left on tonight's stream, so if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit that button, and of course drop a like on the stream. We are heading towards 7350, excuse me, which is our next big number for the channel, so look, if you're watching, please do hit that button. Brian and Missy, the Bulldog Bullies, how are we? City going to flap? I think so as well. I mean, people are just assuming that we're going to fuck up. I think City will have a little wobble again as well. I did not know that about Trent's brother, Anthony Peters, getting mugged in Moss Side. I didn't know that at all. Obviously, I hope the lad is okay. I mean, money, all that type of shit can be replaced, but I hope he is okay. Mush up strawberries, put it in the cornflakes with milk and microwave for 30 seconds. I mean, that just sounds all kinds of wrong, Recessionizer. All kinds of wrong right there. But look, we all have some weird ass eating habits, don't we? I mean, I used to like eating pizza on bread. I used to like putting sausage rolls in a bread roll. And my cousin then used to put crisps in on top of the sausage rolls in the bread roll. So yeah, we all have our little weird eating patterns. Or eating habits, I should say, sorry. Who'd be the ideal signing for January to seal the title? Right, if we're to bring in somebody right now and say that's it, job done. Oh, it's a tough one. Are we being realistic or are we going anyone in the world? I'm trying to be realistic in my answer. Who could we bring in right now that I think would guarantee us the title? I don't think Werner would be that player. I think he'd be a great long-term player. Pace. I think pace is what would win us the title now. So maybe an Ousmane Dembele, some other really fast wide forward, a Jadon Sancho, although I'm trying to be realistic, a Leon Bailey even perhaps. I think pace would be great right about now. More of it. The more teams fear us on the counter attack, the better. And I think our defence is pretty damn amazing at the minute, so yeah, I take more pace. Hey Craig, any chance of Phil Coutinho coming back to us? Why would he come back to the Premier League and not play for us? I read somewhere earlier on actually that if he went to United, we'd lose out on 22 million from possible clauses in the contract, you know, for him playing a certain amount of games and him winning a certain amount of things or whatever. So if he went to United, it would be a kick in the balls for us from a fan's point of view. It would be a financial kick in the balls for the club. So yeah, all kinds of wrong there for us. I don't think he'll end up with us though. I really don't. Just because of the way he went, and I don't mean just the fact that he pushed so hard to go. I mean the way he kind of went behind the manager's back a bit. That Dutch kid that's 16 looks like Trent on the pitch, same kind of haircut. Kian Hoover, I think is the guy you're talking about. Barry Helland, Connor, there you go. We could say that as well, just to get around it. Just to bend the rules a little. Are we missing a midfielder? I want your opinion. Yes. I mean, if we could drop a David Silva-esque type player into our team tomorrow, we are untouchable in the league. We walk away with the league easily. I said that if we could get one player in now to win the league just from this position, I think it's a pacey forward. But dropping somebody into that 10 long term, into that attacking midfield position or that creative position, someone that can play between the lines would, we'd do serious damage, honestly. It's just finding that player. I think that's what we're short of. But that player can't just be creative, he has to have a work ethic, or he just won't work in our system. Pasta in a bread roll is divine, said Connor. I'm not much of a pasta eater though. I just find it real boring. And I'm not I don't like sauce. The lad ROS, the stream is delayed. He's reading over comments that he went through a few minutes ago. I don't know if you're talking to me or not, Tony, but I've no idea. Either way, I'm not putting up with any negative shit anymore either, so if it is me, I couldn't care less. Someone like Koulibaly or Ramos would guarantee us the title, both realistic though obviously, said Connor. Do we need a midfielder? Just went through that one. Imagine when Chamberlain comes back. I cannot wait for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to come back, Albania. I cannot wait. Yeah, I just don't want to expect too much from him this year. That's the thing. As much as I want him back, I don't want people to get on his back if he isn't the Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain that was there before the injury, because that's not what I'm expecting. I'm just excited about seeing him back playing for himself as well, because the guy's been through a lot, and he's a great guy, and I fucking love him. I eat strange. Eat pizza back to front. Spaghetti first, meatballs last. So we all have our little quirks, James. It's what makes us all fantastically, beautifully fucked up. Screw being strange, Craig. Just get messy and watch or being realistic. Just get messy and watch the opposition shit themselves. Robbo's second kid was born tonight, by the way. Congratulations, Andy Robertson. He's probably running up and down the car park of the hospital right now as we speak, doing laps, doing squats, doing everything, box jumps, the whole lot, just to make sure he's celebrating properly. Scrap and Irish said I'd still have him back with Coutinho. Yeah, look, I think we're split down the middle as fans on that one, aren't we? Some of us, me included, don't want him, and then other ones would happily have him back, and that's the beauty of being a fan, isn't it? We all see things a bit differently. Hoover is 16, made his Liverpool debut when I was 16, watching YouTube. There you go, Tristan. When I was 16, yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd have been capable. I wouldn't have had the mentality to play for Liverpool or anybody of that nature. Would James Rodriguez help us win the league? I don't know. It depends how he slots in. That's the thing. Even if you bring in somebody now from another league, it depends how they hit the ground. Like, we look at Keita. Keita hasn't been the player that we hoped he'd be, but look, I've no doubts that he will go on to be the player that we hope he'd be. Hoover's supposed to be on 130 or 136 pound a week. It's supposed to be true. Thoughts? I don't know, Tony. I know Liverpool have a maximum amount that they pay kids. I think it's under 18, but I don't know what contract he came in on, mate. So it's, if he's under 18, then he's probably going to be on a realistic amount of money, but whether it's that low or not is a complete guess from me. I'd be amazed if it's that low, though. I mean, if it's really that low. I'm sure he's on realistic money, but £136 a week just doesn't sound realistic for anybody. Opinion on Ole, as in Solskjaer. He's put a bit of a pep in the step of United and got them playing better football, got players a bit more confident. He's got 5 or 6 wins in a row. I mean, yeah, look, as I said earlier on, if you're a United fan, you've got to be happy. The league is ours, said Rick. The league is ours. I feel the same way, Rick. You've made me hungry now. Chris Buddies it is. Koulibaly will never go to LFC. Ha ha ha. He's off to Man United. Dennis, mate, a little from me to you, pal. None of us give a fuck. Honestly. You're battling for 4th place in the league and we're up here showing you our balls from the top of the league. So you enjoy it. You enjoy your Koulibaly dream. And just keep looking at the fools that you have in defence at the minute. It's okay. I understand you want to lash out, pal. You can come back and play with the big boys another time. Why would we want the rat that escaped, like being in prison paying his own wages, said Tony Kelly. Remember Rush left and came back? Yes, but it's how he left. I think that's different. I'm not sure if we've had this conversation before, buddy, but look into how Coutinho left. Read Melissa Reddy's article on it. It's a fantastic article about the Coutinho situation and that he tried to get senior Liverpool players to talk to the manager on his behalf to try and push the deal through, to get Klopp to cave. And that apparently was one of the last straws for the manager. Dennis, mate, whatever. You're on a Liverpool stream trying to big up your own club. Honestly, go over and talk to Mark and lads over there who have an interest in your brashness. Over here, you're sheeting on about your club having the most money, being the biggest club in the world. Fair fucks to you. You've a great history and all that, but you're up shit creek at the minute, mate. if we're being realistic. Honestly, your club's transfer policy has been fucking shocking. Your owners don't give two fucks about the club. You've got a temporary manager in that was relegated with Cardiff and he's doing okay. You don't know who your next manager is going to be. You still have no transfer policy. Your fans are probably a little bit split down the middle, although I'm guessing at that one. What else have we got to talk about with you guys? Your defence is fucking shambolic. There's a lot we could pick holes in here, mate. So just don't give it the biggest club in the world most money bollocks. How has that done for you over the past 4 or 5 years? How has being the biggest club in the world with the most money done for you over the past few years? Apart from knowing that you're able to pay out 16 million to Mourinho, who didn't do his job. Apart from being able to do that without batting an eyelid. How does it feel being the biggest club in the world and having an owner that hemorrhaged the fuck out of your club to buy it and is paying ridiculous interest on the loans against the club? How does that feel, Dennis, when you know that that beautiful money that the Glazers are wiping their ass with could be buying you even better players, mate? How does that feel? How does it feel paying Alexis Sanchez the guts of £500,000 a week to be shy? Does that make you feel great being the best club in the world, mate? Is that what being the best club in the world with the most money is all about? Being able to blow it on Alexis Sanchez on £500,000 a week and paying Jose Mourinho 16 million quid a year? Because to me, or 60 million quid, sorry, in redundancy, that doesn't scream to me like getting to shout about from the rooftops. We'll just toddle on be little old us from the top of the league with the best manager in the world, the best fans in the world, playing some of the most exciting football in the world. And you can just keep being the biggest club in the world with all the money that no one gives a fuck about anymore. We'll just be us. Does that sound good? Now, I think I've given you enough of our time, Dennis, and I usually welcome in Manchester United fans because some of them are lovely. But you, my friend, are just an arrogant prick and you've had your time, so adios. Right. Fergie is running that show. Ole is just a front like the Emperor and Darth Vader. Yeah, he also brought in David Moyes. So, there you go. What position did you play when you were a kid? I was a goalkeeper, Kirby. Yes, I played at a decent level as a goalkeeper up until the age of about 16 or 17. Then I discovered drinking girls and it just fell apart. When I was 16, I was wanking over Jennifer Aniston, said Rick. I think most of us were, probably Rick, to be fair. Hoover's on around £167 a week, said Recessionizer. But he's eligible for a pro contract when he's 17. Sorry about Dennis giving United fans a bad name. I'm a United fan, but I like your content. Jake, there's so many United fans that pop in here, mate, that are sound, like yourself, MUFC Gamer, and loads of other people that I've all the time in the world to chat with and enjoy the interaction with. Really good, decent fellas. There's dickheads in every fan base, mate. Dickheads in every fan base. So don't take out and buy it. And if there's any other United fans that are watching this or that are in the chat, you're always welcome in here. You know that by now. But, you know, there's just some arrogant assholes that could just do one. The thing about you not talking to trolls went well then. Yeah, I'm in one of those funny humours today, Connor. Sorry. I think you probably know that. Okay, behave. Liverpool cannot win everything in European football. I think history begs to differ, buddy. If you look back, I mean, those five big-eared, beautiful bastards that sit in a trophy room kind of beg to differ. Okay, where else have we got? The biggest club, then you're showing the biggest failures by not competing for titles. Agile Minded, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Well said, Craig, the bard of football. Thank you very much. That's really kind of you. I was seeing the words B or the letters BA. I was waiting for a bald. I'm not gonna lie. What else have we got? Nope, done that one already. Sorry, flew up through the comments there. Nope, done that one. Yeah, I knew I was waiting for. As soon as I started off on that little rant about United, there I was waiting for Connor to come back in. Craig, I played at a decent level as a keeper holding. That should be my name actually. Yeah. I'm underselling myself by saying decent level. I'm trying to be fucking polite by saying that. Craig, that is hopefully going to be the last troll in the stream. Uh, yeah, look, it was a shit roll as well. Thank you for taking the time and energy to do this. After a long day, I usually look forward to this show. Thank you very much, got cool. Although, as I said earlier on, I don't know what the near future is going to hold, mate, but I'll keep plugging away while I can. Got to go, Craig. My whole family over tomorrow for college week because of recent events. Carrie, as I said earlier on, we'll be thinking of you. We're all there with you. Love to you and the family, and just do your best. That's all I can say, mate. It's going to be a tough time for you all, but we all love you and look after yourself. I'm not pressuring you, but have you thought about doing a FIFA career mode? Not really. I've thought about maybe playing FIFA a little bit, but again, it's one of those things. If I'm going to put all my energy into something, I'd want it to be this or just give it up altogether. I don't do things half-assed, so I either want to do this 100% and make this into something absolutely phenomenal and run myself into the ground doing it, or just walk away from it all and just start something new in life. David Elliott, how are you? Brian Morrissey, hello. We're 19 subscribers, guys, away from that 7,350. So if you're watching, still time to hit that button. I'm going to do about 5 or 10 more minutes and we will head off. So let's get through some more comments. Again, tonight might have been a weird stream. I apologise, but I'm in a weird place. So bear with me as I just try and muddle through. David Elliott, thank you, pal. Really appreciate you hitting the sub button. What are your thoughts on the ref favouritisms towards Liverpool? I think it's one of those things, Jake, where if you're in a good run, people are accusing you of that. And if we're looking at it from another perspective, from an opposition team, we're probably saying the same thing. I think it's just biases that we all have towards our own team and against other teams. I don't think there is any real favouritism. It's like the whole media bias thing, isn't it? I swear blind as a Liverpool fan that the media absolutely adore Manchester City and Spurs. You as a United fan probably believe the media hates Manchester United at times. Spurs fans probably the same. I think it's all just, we all look inwardly at times, and to try and be fair and look unbiasedly at decisions is very tough for a football fan to do. So I don't think that there's any favouritism towards Liverpool, but I would say there's something in the favouritism towards the bigger teams. I think that some of the managers of clubs like Burnley, Cardiff, I understand some of their gripes because a lot of the times we would get decisions, and by we I mean Liverpool, City, United, Arsenal, Everton, no not Everton, sorry, Spurs, Arsenal, I said them, Chelsea, maybe even Everton would get decisions that other clubs might not get. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but I believe it is something that genuinely happens. But you guys think Keita has a stamina issue? I don't, David. I know some people certainly do. I've heard that comment made by a couple of people. I don't think he's a stamina issue. I just think he's not settling at the minute, and I don't know if he's fully fit. There's no favouritism, it's just that things have a way of evening themselves out over time, said John Hamilton. I seen an article of Timo Werner and there was a vote. 95% of the vote was yes to go and get him. You'd imagine that somebody has to be lined up. I can't believe that Fekir didn't happen. I refuse to believe that Sheridan Shaqiri was the other option. I fully, in my heart of hearts, think that both of those were supposed to come in. The fact that Pulisic was left to go unchallenged to Chelsea, there has to be something lined up. There just has to be. I've too much belief and faith in the manager, the club, the recruitment team not to have something lined up. So whether that's Werner or something, there's going to be something lined up for the summer. Something in place or nearly in place. The Sean Cox game, Tristan, is April the 12th, I believe. It's a Friday in Dublin. It's a Liverpool Legends team against an Ireland 11. And yeah, look, if there's anybody that can go to that game, I'm not sure when the tickets are on sale just yet. I will let you guys know if I'm still around when they go on sale. But do try and get yourselves down to that game. It's a fantastic cause, as I'm sure you all know. Well done to the FAI, well done to Liverpool Football Club for making it happen. And I'm sure there'll be I'm sure it'll be a sellout. I'm absolutely convinced it'll be a sellout. couple more and then we'll call it. And I bring in Griezmann to Liverpool fan 10. That's not going to happen. Should he commit his future to Atletico when he turned down Barcelona? There was evening an article of what if we got Fekir along with Shaqiri, Fabinho and Alisson. Klopp wasn't interested in Pulisic. He's overpriced, nowhere near LFC level. Striker, Griezmann, right wing Salah, centre attack and mid Firmino. I really hate Antoine Griezmann, if I'm being honest. Really hate him. Not that I don't think he's shit or anything like that. I think he's completely overhyped. But the way he treated his own fan base and that whole move around Barcelona was just fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. He filmed 2 endings to that video and only told the television company which one to put out an hour or so beforehand. He's an absolute egotistical prat. Can we not get Coutinho on a free, said Claire? I'm pretty sure Barca owes a shit ton of money. It's probably money that we've already spent, Claire. We probably have it accounted for in our system and knew it was coming in, so have that money either spent or in the balance sheet somewhere. Colin Dyke said, have a night or two off, matey. Honestly, Colin, if you knew me better, you'd know that wouldn't work. I'm not the type of person that needs a rest. I'm someone that goes 100 miles an hour or just doesn't bother their arse. I spoke to you guys before about having this whole black and white outlook on life. Part of the Asperger's, I suppose. I don't do things in the middle. I either like almost run myself into the ground doing something and do it as good as I can, or I just don't bother my arse because if I'm not doing something to my best of my ability, I don't think I should be doing it. Shaqiri is better as an impact player. I've been saying that for a while, David, and some people have been jumping down my throat a little bit about that one because he was in a little bit of good form, and I said still I don't think he's good enough to be there all the time. Great to have as an impact player. Love having him at the club. He's been a fantastic piece of business for 13 million, but I don't think he's consistently at the level that we're going to need. Do you think Leon Bailey would ever come to Liverpool? I don't see why not, but I've yet to see a genuine link for us to him. But him coming in, if an offer was there, I suppose so. Craig, is Stevie G playing for the Legends? No, he'll be managing Rangers. There's no way he'll be over for that one. De Gea is the best keeper in the Premier League. I would agree on that. I think I said earlier on, David De Gea for me is the best goalkeeper in the world at this moment in time. And that's okay. I'm a Liverpool fan and I can say that because I'm a realist. Our goalkeeper is magnificent and I love having him here and he suits us down to the ground. But let's look, he hasn't been at the top level, our keeper, for long enough to really be in the conversation. David De Gea for me is an exceptional goalkeeper and that's alright. Kills me that he's playing for United, but I'm being honest. I'd have him as a replacement for Mane. If he gets injured, just saying, who's better warming our bench than Barca's. De Gea's only weakness is distribution, said David Elliott. And again, that depends on what type of a team he's playing in as well. In a team like Liverpool's or Manchester City's, then that might be a problem. Other teams, they might look to build out a bit differently, so maybe he suits United. Guys, look, I'm going to call it a night there if that's okay. I will hopefully talk to you all tomorrow. And thank you for tuning in today, as always. Appreciate your time. Lots of love to all of you. I'm a little bit lost, guys. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. I'll catch up with you soon, though. Love to your families and take care of each other and your families, of course. And up the motherfucking Reds.